welcome to another video. Today I am bringing you my October wrap-up and it's Shameful. This is quite possibly going to be the quickest wrap-up I've ever done in my life. Definitely the least reading I've ever done since having this channel, so the smallest wrap-up you will ever see. I think. Anyway, I think that's true. Might not be, but I think it is. And I'm just overall very ashamed of myself. I had a terrible reading month in October and I finished one physical book and one audiobook. That's it. Nothing else. Just them two. So, without further ado, I'll just tell you what I read. The one physical book that I read in the month of October was Nevernight by J. Christoph. This obviously was the autumn pick for the quarterly book club. We did the live stream over on G's channel for this, so if you want to hear all of our spoilery thoughts on said book, then I will leave the link down there. This took me the entire month of October. I started it on October 1st and I was still reading it the day before the live stream, which would have been the 27th, because I believe the live stream was on the 28th. So yeah, it took me a really, really long time to read. I don't know why, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it's because it was slow and the first 344 pages were kind of boring, and then the last bit, so where it got to book 3 is where I got interested. This whole first bit for me was just really boring, so there's that. I won't say way too much about it because the live stream is there if you want to read it. If you want to watch it, but that is a whole hour long, so if you don't want to watch that, understandable. But yeah, essentially my thoughts were that lot was boring. That end bit I enjoyed. The whole way through it I was kind of waiting for some sort of romance to spark between Mia and Ashlyn. Didn't happen. I'm still holding out that it might, but yeah. The last bit really amped up the book. I gave it 4 stars overall. I think it was probably more of a 3.5, but 1 whole star is just because of that ending. The narration was really difficult to get into. The use of footnotes throughout the entire book really annoyed me, other than the one about the noises that camels make. That made me choke with laughter. I really enjoyed that one. I just felt like the footnotes really took you out of the story, and that wasn't what I needed because I wasn't really too invested for the majority of it anyway. So yeah, that's how I felt about that. And then the second book that I managed to get to in October was an audiobook, so I'll put a little cover in here. And it is The Lightning Struck Heart by TJ Klune. You may or may not have heard G from Book Roast talk about this because she really enjoyed it. It was her that obviously told me, like, you need to read this book. She messaged me on Instagram saying like that it was really good and I should read it because it was funny and my sort of humour, and she was not wrong. It was funny and my sort of humour and I really enjoyed it. I was listening to it like on my walk to and from work and I was like choking with laughter, completely like cracking up in the middle of the street with laughter at this book. But obviously to everyone around me I was just laughing to myself, but I wasn't. It was to the book, I promise. This story essentially follows a wizard on a quest for... I'm not really sure. He was on a quest though, and everyone is gay and hilarity ensues. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I'm not sure if I would have enjoyed it so much if I'd read a physical copy, because I think the narrator of the audiobook put so much into it. It's like a production, a one-man production, and I thought it was brilliant. So, if you're looking for a hilarious audiobook, there's your one. It's amazing. Yes, I gave it 5 stars just because if a book can physically make me laugh that much, it deserves all the stars. There you go. 2 books that I managed to read in October. Embarrassing. Ha 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 ha. I'm currently reading A Conjuring of Light by Victoria Schwab, but I started it 30th, I think, so like I was barely into it. I'm a little ways into it now, but yeah, that's what I'm currently reading, but I can't say that makes up for my lack of October reading because it really doesn't, because I started it so late. So sorry October, I'll try better in November. Although that being said, my November reading is already going better. I'm filming this on the 3rd and I've already read more than I had at this point in October, so yay! There we go, that's it for this video. Sorry that it's so short and incoherently babbly. I feel like I need to make up for my poor reading by talking nonsense. If you had a better reading month than me, which you probably did, well done. Let me know what books you read in October, what books you're planning to read in November. As you may or may not know, I don't know, are you new here? Hi. I don't really set TBRs anymore because I don't stick to them anyway, so what's the point? But obviously I'm going to read A Conjuring of Light. I don't know if I'll read anything else. We'll see what happens. Hope for the best. Pray for me. If you have enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Chat to me down in the comments. If you aren't subscribed and fancy subscribing, I'm always eternally grateful for that. I upload every Sunday and Wednesday and some odd days in between if I'm feeling generous, and I'll see you next time. Bye!